politics, business, relationships, love, spirituality, current Black news, and pop culture events that may not receive sufficient exposure in mainstream media. We hope you like the new look. Although this is real news, I will put my own vibe to it, so I encourage everyone to do more research. Now let's get to it. This is Insane, an urban, opinionated news podcast that will cover various topics, including politics, business, relationships, love, spirituality, current Black news, and pop culture events that may not receive sufficient exposure in mainstream media. We hope you like the new look. Although this is real news, I will put my own vibe to it, so I encourage everyone to do more research. Now let's get to it.
What up, though, everybody? It's your girl, Ness. I hope everyone is well out there. I am super excited. This is going to be my first time actually connecting to Instagram. And tonight I am on YouTube and Instagram. Okay. Now, I just want to let y'all know it might be a little kinks. I had a really hard time trying to get everything together because my computer crashed and I was not having that. So I was, there is going to be some videos that I'll probably have to just add to the next show. But I tried to do the best I could because I wanted to keep my word and put something out tonight. Also, I wanted to kind of test out my IG to see what's going on with that, to see if, I'll get some people that'll be taking a look, or what could I do differently? I'm just trying to check out the temperature. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me. Usually with This Is Insane news show, I just pretty much show video clips. You will see some clips that look pretty distorted. That is exactly how it should look. That helps also with just protection of copyright purposes on I don't know for sure if IG is like that yet, but on YouTube. Also, I will be adding the credit. Shout out to all of the people who actually created these clips that I'm about to show. I will definitely be crediting, giving them credit on my YouTube page, in my IG later on after I actually put this up. I mean, pretty much, re-edit and do some things to it. But this show tonight, honestly, is more about the pop culture situation in politics. That is one of the highlights of the show, especially when it comes to the Black American culture. We have been told people think that we only vote for people because of the fact that it's a cultural thing. We may be just more Democrats in our culture, or the person got to be cool, or this, that, and the other. And it seems like people don't really take our votes seriously because they think we vote for the wrong reason. And there are people out there that don't research and understand the policies and different things like that, that can help or hurt us. And so, yes, that is correct. However, I just want to let you guys know, these are my opinions. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do for y'all. I'm about to put my disclaimer up. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can see a sister just going to let how I feel, where I stand, and that's what it is. Okay. So we'll start with because yes, I forgot about that. I have a couple of clips called Ignorance Ain't Bliss. And what I mean by that is there's this stigma, or that, modern a lot of the modern Black women are, especially those that actually have a say in our community, um is not too bright. And people are just like, and I'm gonna be honest, like, and it's not just even our community. A lot of these people that people follow, like influencers or different people like that, they are people with a lot of charisma, people that um are beautiful or stylish or whatever it may be. They have that it factor, and a lot of them wind up getting people to follow them because it's something about them. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they are influential to our society when it comes to education, to swaying and moving the needle in a way that's going to be positive. And that's what a lot of people feel that they should be doing, right? Like, the people that follow them. And we have to remember that that is not the reason why they are successful. Just because someone has money doesn't necessarily mean that they are smart. I mean, they know how to get the bag, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are smart, or I should say educational wise, or even when it comes to understanding anything that has to do with community related situations. Okay. So we'll also be addressing that as well. I am not a modern woman. I am from the old school. However, I do have some modern qualities about me when it comes to me keeping up with things, but my structure and foundation and my morals and beliefs are more traditional values. I will be honest with that. Okay. Um, let's start with this one now. Everybody know that in our culture, in Black American culture or African American culture, usually, and I'm not speaking for nobody else because I don't know, but usually, if it's some fast tail girl that wind up having a baby and not ready to settle down, she'll make her mom try to be the mom to her child. Okay. So this clip right here was showing a sense of entitlement. Now, back in the day, I will say that, both of my grandmothers had a hand in my life. I've lived with both of them. I also lived with my mother, of course. I did have some big mamas. It was a village back when I was growing up. It took a village to raise a child, and it was definitely a village. But now in this society, it's more so like the village is gone, but the man or the woman who had the child wants their parents to take care of their child. So I'm just going to show you a clip of this young lady who pretty much kind of summed that up. Okay, check this out.
Chose this life. Grandmother chose the life.
So grandmother chose this life.
Yes, grandmother wanted to take care of her. It's okay, I'll take care of her while you're in school. And all of a sudden something changed, which is why we're sitting here now.
You are the mom. She is the grandmother.
Exactly.
What part of that don't you understand?
I understand all of it, but I don't know what changed. I don't know if she got a little boyfriend or something.
What difference would it make if she had a boyfriend? That
Because
is none of your
chose
business.
this life.
Excuse me.
I could have waited.
You chose this life. You had the child with Tanner. Miss Wilson did not have the child. You did. The child is your responsibility, not grandmother's. Whether she wanted a grandchild or not. I know a lot of grandparents that say, oh, when are you going to have me a grandchild? I want a grandchild. They never anticipate that phrase to mean I 100% am taking care of the child. You are unbelievable right now.
I'm not. I'm really not. Grandmother
Child, she said she is not unbelievable. And she said she wanted this grandchild. She need to take care of the grandchild. Who says that? Like, and then they in court. OMG. And then said, I don't know if she got a boyfriend now. Like, whatever she has, she's a grown woman. This is what's happening now. This is so backwards. And I just want to say that, you know, being raised differently now, people are being raised differently now. Like back in the day, I would be scared to even say anything or challenge my mom. And yes, I really do feel like that was also an era, because we should not fear our parents to that level where, you know, we scared to say anything to them. Okay. But there needs to be a balance and there needs to be respect. And that is what is not happening now. It's almost like people are being like the mothers, fathers, or whatever, they are deciding to be friends instead of parents. So now these young people are growing up and they feel like they have equal power. They feel like they can say whatever, do whatever, and you know, it's really getting bad. So yeah, I just, you know, child, I just had to show that because that was one that kind of blew me. I will not lie. Okay. And then this one right here. All right. This one is super crazy. Now, this is a young lady. I'm going to show named Sukiana, and I don't know what I don't know none of her music. I don't know really who she is, but I have heard her name several times. But I came across this clip and I could not stop laughing. And I know I'm wrong, but dude, I could not stop laughing. So I just need y'all. She's the epitome of ignorance ain't bliss. All right. And on top of that, come to find out, she is making money. She is a big influencer. Woo. And I live under a rock on certain things. I won't lie about that. But I just want y'all to see this, and then y'all be the judge of this right here.
Baby, one thing about me is everybody know I'm super with a good coochie, so I always make a lot of money.
That's amazing. I didn't know that about you,
What do you know?
that you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician. Mm-hmm. What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician.
I-
I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm trying not to laugh, but she said, baby, I don't think. Okay, let's continue.
So you
Think.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby. I do music.
So you just really quick, for the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's black people, and there's niggas. And niggas have got to go.
Okay. I just want to say that I need to make sure that I give you guys a disclaimer moving forward. And that is that there will be some profanity, there will be some things that you might consider offensive. That is why this podcast comes out a little later in the night or whatever it may be, because I do know a lot of people, um and I do respect you all, but this podcast is definitely a no holds barred. It is what it is. So I appreciate anyone that would love to support me, but if this is not your speed, I totally understand. And please check out Let's Whine About It podcast, because that one would definitely be the one that might interest you the most if you get offended by profanity or anything like that. Okay. All right. So we'll continue. So I hope you guys heard that about the Sukihana and the musician thing. And she kept saying she's not a musician. She makes music. And, like that whole thing, like, I don't even understand how she even couldn't understand musician from magician. But at first she did say magician, so I kept saying, oh, she's really think that she keeps saying magician. But no, and that's what I mean. Like, we have to stop following people for money, because of charisma, because they got that it factor. That can't be the only reason that we follow people, and we allow them to sway us in the direction of their, of the things that they feel or their belief system or whatever it may be. Because, child, let me tell you, listen, I would not, and I don't even have the desire to even look online and search to find out who she is. Okay. I just felt like this was extremely funny and it was a viral factor. And I could not stop laughing. So I wanted, you guys to join in with me as to understanding that this is a bigger picture than just being funny. This is like, people need to wake up. You got some money now. You need to be trying to educate yourself. Take it to the next level. Okay. Now you got the bag. A lot of educated people and a lot of people that, not just even book smart educated. I mean, just, people that's living everyday lives are struggling. Okay. And have strong common sense, strong values, strong beliefs, strong this, but they don't have, resources or finances or different things like that. When you get to a certain level where you start to, get the bag and you're able to, be financially literate. Well, I won't say literate, but at least have some money in your pocket. Then it needs to be another stage of your life that you need to be trying to educate yourself on, whether it's, stocks and, just going back to school for trying to get, education to, if something happened when you can't be a musician, magician, or whatever, you will have something to fall back on, whatever it may be. Okay. So that was ignorance ain't bliss, but also in ignorance ain't bliss. You know what? No, this is a whole different one. We're going to say that this one right here is Black men degrading full-sized women. Okay. So what I don't like is, first off, there is a such thing as colorism in our community. There is also a such thing as prejudice within our community, unconscious biasness. It's a lot. And one of the things I do want to say is that this is a part of that black men versus black women narrative, but this is a situation where these men feel this way. We have to, as women and men, start to change the way that we speak about others, the different things that we say, speaking life instead of insecurities. Like that whole big back. I never called anybody that. I wouldn't even call a man that. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe I would, No, I'm just kidding. But I don't use that type of terminology speaking about people. Like, I just don't agree with that, like big back and all that different type of stuff. And to talk about a woman, like a man talking about a woman saying that she has a big back, and that to me is definitely degrading. Okay. And to have a platform, and this is what I'm talking about. These are people that actually have major platforms that are influential in the pop culture, in pop culture and in hip hop and all of that. And a lot of people start to get swayed in the direction of, oh yeah, let me use that terminology. Okay, that's, like they start to get swayed with that if they don't have a mind of their own, or if they, lack empathy. You know what I'm saying? And so the situation was that, like, there's this young lady, Risa Tessa, whatever her name is, and then I did watch all of her video clips. She was on TikTok, and she did a video clip about how there was this man that she wind up falling in love with, and during the COVID or the pandemic, and she was just giving her story about her situation and how she fell in love, and then it also became a nightmare. And this story resonates with a lot of women, not just Black women, but women all over, because of the fact that we are some of the most nurturing creatures. We are some of the most forgiving creatures. We are some of the most emotional creatures. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's like, that breaks down any barrier when it comes to color. That's all type of women. We give way too many chances. We always in our head like, okay, well, maybe he'll change, or this and that and the other. So I'm not going to sit up here and say just because she has a big back, which is supposed to mean she is heavy set, or whatever that, or voluptuous, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just trying to it ain't about me being politically correct. I just don't like certain terminologies. But anyway, or I should say a big bone woman. Okay, so Charlemagne from Breakfast Club tried to say because she's a big bone woman, she made poor decisions with dealing with this man, because majority of the big bone women are desperate for men. That's exactly what he was saying. I am not about to sugarcoat nothing. It is what it is, and it sucks, and it's wrong. And for other people and other men, and I always read comments when I'm looking and researching clips, but so many men feeling this way is so wrong. And even women, which I feel like most of them are pick me women, but I just feel like that was extremely wrong. And he just set us back when we should be moving forward to trying to create a relationship with each other that is respectful, as far as men and women in our culture. So I'm going to show you this clip. This one is a little longer than usual. So I'm going to show you this clip, and then I'll ask you guys y'all thoughts. Okay.
Charlamagne is receiving backlash after grouping TikTok viral sensation Risa Tisa, is it Risa Tisa, with those who have big backs. The hosts were discussing her viral story, Who the Bleep Did I Marry?, which is a 50-part series about her getting scammed by a man she met on Facebook back in 2020. Now, Charlamagne stated that it was giving big back behavior. He also said, some of you big backs, y'all gotta stop being so thirsty for a man. Do you guys think Charlamagne was out of line? Al, what you think about this big back thing? We used to talk about big backs a lot. We haven't lately, but I'm getting a big back out here in college.
Right. We talked a lot about the big backs. You know what? For me, I wasn't shocked. If you know Charlamagne, if you know his type of journalism, if you know Breakfast Club's type of journalism, this is how they share their perspective and what they think. And I think that that's okay. Now, if this was coming from a Gayle King, we should be shocked and outraged.
Okay, so I'm going to be stopping this clip for a couple of reasons. Okay, one is to, speak on the concerns I have with the dialogue, and also because, hey, that also helps with the copyright thing. Okay, but I want to stop right here. And you see the biasness where he says, okay, this is Charlamagne, so this is okay, but if it was coming from Gayle King, we should be concerned. Okay, why? It shouldn't even be said. Okay, I'll continue.
Outrage, or from an Oprah, we should be shocked to outrage. But from Charlamagne, no, we've seen him, in these murky waters and make comments like this for a while, but we understand that that's to be expected. So I wasn't shocked. I think that the issue here is the outrage, or what I view as, misplaced energy, or the fake outrage. That's where I am with it. So,
okay, why is it considered fake outrage? That shouldn't, see, this is this is coming from a man. This is the problem right here. For him to feel like that's fake outrage, that is not fake outrage. It's wrong. And that's what we continue to talk about, that it sets us back when people are having these conversations about women, all type of women.
I don't know. I wasn't offended, but I'm not a big back. I've never had a big back. I've dated a big back, and I say that advice given to the big backs that he did share is advice that could work for all women. All women need to stop being so thirsty for a man that they pretend like they're not seeing stuff, hearing stuff, witnessing stuff, or going through stuff that's right there up underneath their nose. That is how I feel about his comment.
So you dated a big back?
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, he was married to I can't remember. I don't know if it was Sherri Shepherd. I don't want to say it was Sherri Shepherd, but he was married to a prominent woman who was, full figure. And that's exactly who he's talking about. And that's one of the reasons why he actually is pretty much successful, to tell you the truth, because of the fact that he was married to her. Okay. And that right there just shows you he is just so wrong. Okay, let's continue.
There's nothing wrong with big back women. They take good care of us light-skinned brothers.
Wow. Al.
Wow is right.
I was with you, Al, but I can't on this one. I think Charlamagne is completely out of here for that.
Say it.
Is corny as hell for that. Because the simple fact of this, I didn't sit and watch the 50-part series, but I read an article on Rolling Stone that pretty much summed it up. The woman is no different than any one of us who found somebody during the pandemic, fell in love. He was selling her dreams. She thought she met a great guy. He was doing all the things that a guy would do. He just was not really who he said he was, or he was pretending to be. That's not her fault that she fell for him. We've all fallen short, fallen in love at some point. You know what I mean? And
okay, I want to stop it here just so you guys know. He's saying exactly what I was talking about. Now, if you do watch the series, I will say that there was some serious red flags where I probably would have left a long time ago. Okay, probably on on series clip 10. However, Well, probably even before that, but not every woman would. Some would leave on clip 20, some clip 30, but she just happened to go to 50 something parts, honey. Okay. But still, I totally agree with what he's saying.
And I think that when you have shows out here where people are winning Emmys for, like Love is Blind, where you have people sitting in pods, not even knowing what each other look like, talking in hopes to find love, you know what I mean? Only to find out that these people are worthless and trash in their regular lives. They're not big backs. They're beautiful people. So this is not a big back thing. This is not a white thing. This is not a girl thing, a guy
You better
thing.
say
This is
it.
people trying to find love in 2024. And I think Charlemagne was completely out of line for that because it was really corny. The fact is this. Let's talk about it for real, for real. They got Jess Hilarious on The Breakfast Club. She's the shock jock. She says all the shocking things. She's trending now. Charlemagne used to be that guy. He got a little bit boring because he has all the celebrity friends. And so now he found this woman that went ultra viral. She has no real celebrity. So you know what? He went and took a lashing out on her instead of doing it to the celebrities because he has all these relationships now. So that was corny as hell for him to do because he wouldn't have done that if she was a celebrity that was his friend.
And this is the politics in pop culture. He's breaking the fourth wall. He's letting us know that a lot of these people, the podcasters, the celebrity podcasters, the different people like that, when they start befriending these people, then they stop talking about them a certain way because of the fact that maybe they're getting paid under the table, or because they're getting perks, or because they have bonded now and they are trying to keep them out of it or push a different narrative for them, even if it's wrong. And this is exactly what he's talking about. And I'm starting to see it. That's one of the reasons why I don't even watch The Breakfast Club anymore.
But because she was viral and she's a no-name, you went and shaded her. So he was whack for that.
Armand standing
That's how I
up for
feel.
black women tonight.
Right. Do you
That was
watch?
whack.
Have you followed his career?
It's Black History Month. I love how we ended this.
Have you followed his career?
He just got red.
Shocking thing.
He just got red, and now he trying to come back with, do you follow his career? Stop it.
That Charlemagne has said about black women,
but it's
about black men, about relationships.
No.
I mean, this is on brand for him. I think he has been playing it safe because of the crossover that he's made into main media. But he came from the Wendy Williams people. That's where he was birthed. He built his influence in culture, black culture specifically, off of these type of comments. We can't ever forget how we got where we got, and where we come from and what the brand is.
Okay. So that's that, because listen, I'm just having a conversation. This is exactly what it's about. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm telling how I feel, saying, speaking my truth, my thoughts, and hopefully there's some people that connect with it. There's going to be some people that don't connect. However, I'm willing to have that conversation with you guys. But what I do want to say is, brothers, in order for us to move the needle forward, there has to be different dialogue when it comes to how you speak on us, to us, about us, especially in the media, especially, period. And that's vice versa. Women, we have to make sure that we also do the same. And that is the only way we'll move toward trying to create a better space for us to become better in our community and work well together. That is the only way. We can't continue to be having these conversations. And unfortunately, it's people that's influential. And the media always sways regular folk to feel like it's okay for them to be negative, or for them to continue to live or be on a lower frequency. Okay. All right. Okay, so I hope that y'all tracking with me. Like I said, this is new for me because I am on YouTube and Instagram, and I've never been on Instagram with my podcast. So this is extremely new. I'm excited. I'll take a look and see what's going on with it afterwards. But thank you so much for everybody on my YouTube platform that supports. Also, I will be loading this to Facebook as well, but I just wanted to see what IG was going to do. You know what I'm saying? So all my people on the IG, you feel what I'm saying? I'm going to need y'all support because a girl trying to come back. You feel me? All right, let me stop playing. Okay, so I'm about to trigger. And see, like my platform ain't big enough, child, so I can say whatever I want. Even if it was, I probably still would say whatever I want. But this right here, I don't know, man. This, and this, let me tell you, this is what I want to say. My podcast is not a gossip podcast. Okay. I'm trying to plant seeds so that you can see the bigger picture in a different light. And then you can go out and do your own thing when it comes to actually researching and getting more information. But I'm going to speak my truth and, like I said, say my opinions. So now we discussing this whole Diddy, Daddy, Meek, and the powers that be. So what I mean by this is that we know the situation that happened with Diddy and Cassie coming out and, having all this information and saying, some different things about how Diddy, had what he did. Okay. I am trying to keep my words a little soft just so that there won't be any type of triggers. Okay. When it comes to me not being able to load my podcast. But, so we know about that. Okay. Now keep in mind, let me just break this down. Diddy became a billionaire. He wind up becoming extremely successful in the in media. Now he was already successful in music. He did have bad practices with his artists and the different people that pretty much had helped him to become who he is. We all know that story. That story was early on. Okay. So we'll put a pin in that. And then here come Cassie telling us a different side of him. Okay. And people was just like, what? However, you could see the narcissism, like, and I'm not diagnosing nobody, but you could tell. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole umbrella situation, him with his barber everywhere he go, he got to like touch up his hair every 5 minutes. Those different type of things too is like super weird. All right. The money that he's blowing, just, blowing on different things, wanting young girls that's like his youngest son age, just all of that, right? Okay. So then we have to understand that that's a whole different world. And the more money that you have access to, or that you are, well, I should say your net worth, whatever your net worth is, and whatever you can obtain, you try to hold on to that by any means necessary. Okay. Whether it is through shady practices, unlawful activity, whatever it may be, people are trying to hold on to their wealth, right? Majority of the people say in order to even obtain a certain net worth, you have had to do something within, like you have had to been greedy or something. And that might be true and it might not be true, but oh well. Okay. So now somebody comes out a man, okay, and says some other things. And we also have the songwriter who also just came out, okay, and now it's several other situations coming out. Now, what I'm saying is that majority of the time we have seen situations, and I am not defending this man, but I do want to say majority of the time we have seen situations where some of the biggest figures in our culture or in pop culture falls. And they fall because someone else has control of their destiny. Okay. Look at the situation with Yeezy. Look at, okay, I'm just going to say that. All right. And sometimes the powers that be needs to make sure that those people understand that they have a ceiling. There's a certain ceiling that they can get to, and that's it. And, usually the higher that someone go, the higher that they want to, be able to feel powerful, act powerful. But if somebody can bring them down a notch, they will. So there's some conversation about, is this the powers that be that is bringing him down a notch? Or is this really happening? Is this did this really happen? So either or, this situation right here is messy, but a lot of people don't want to discuss the Illuminati and, these different clubs and these different situations where there's other people that control the destiny of successful rich people who pretty much sold their soul. I'm gonna be honest. I do believe that there are people that, just like there's people that's higher than the president. Okay. Or I should say there's people that controls the situations, and the president doesn't control what we think that they control. Okay. So I feel like that could be in entertainment, that could be in, different industries. Okay. So that's my opinion. These are my opinions. All right. This is not facts of me saying this actually exists. I'm stating that this is something that I think. All right. Okay. So we're going to look at 2 video clips up underneath this because I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but one is going to be funny. So I feel like I'm going to show the smaller clip first, just so you can understand what the larger clip is going to be discussing. All right. All right. Let's get it. Let's go.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
My first thought was simple. Wait, did his answer blow your mind that bad? Is that why you responded that way? Was it just new information to you? Naturally, that's a joke. Don't come for me, because you know I'll come back. But either way, drop what you think your answer to that little riddle may be down in the comment section.
Okay, that was it. The only thing that I needed you to hear was him calling him daddy, because that has been a big factor now. Okay. That's been a big factor about him calling Diddy calling Meek daddy. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know any men. I don't personally know any men that would call another man daddy. Me personally. I don't. So I don't know if culturally, maybe the music industry. Well, no, I don't even know anybody. No. So this is why a lot of people had a lot to say about this, because Meek is from the street. And the majority of the men that I do know have some street credibility or have been in the street. I'll say 70% of the men that I personally know are street oriented men. And I know that they wouldn't say it. Okay. Now I do have people that I, come across, like work with, co-workers, different things like that from different demographics and ethnicities that may play like this, but we talking about Black culture right now. Okay. And so this is why everybody was like, wait a minute, hold on. Now, this brother that I'm about to show you is pretty funny, and I am going to stop it and pause it every now and then. But this is what he had to say about the situation. Check this out.
Take that, take that, take that. You might want to watch this whole video. What? Cause this shit gets spooky. Let me tell you something. Diddy got caught in bed with Meek Mill and goddamn Usher. Diddy done did something to piss.
This is allegedly. He doesn't know this. This is a street cat that has a platform, but he is pretty, his platform is pretty funny. I do follow him. He be on it, but this is allegedly. Okay. All right.
This off the goddamn Illuminati because they trying to take all his money and take it freedom. He should have just paid them people what he owed them. All them artists that's fucking trying to get that goddamn publisher, he should have paid them because his legacy been tarnished and his freedom at risk. A 73-page document accusing Diddy of being in bed with multiple A-list celebrities, men like Usher and Meek Mill. There's a part in the 73-page document that clearly states Diddy was pimping out Young Miami, man. He had her bringing dancers to his house to seduce men so he could get them comfortable. Then he gonna slide up in the bathroom when they taking a leak and put that mushroom tip up in them. Allegedly, Diddy was forcing men to hit that goddamn coke with him and Young Miami. I ain't know Young Miami went to Houston. I ain't know Diddy was on that Bobby Brown. What going on? This shit I don't know to me. Allegedly. But they say when he get them high and get them drunk, he pulled down his zipper and pulled his C-Rock out and put that and going in. Take that. Take.
Okay. I'm glad he said allegedly. And he's talking about at the parties that Diddy is famous for. And keep in mind that, this a bunch of rich people parties, y'all don't, hey, they party different.
Take that, look at that shit. I was always wondering how Young Miami podcast just blew up out of nowhere with Carisha Please. Just blew up, nominated for an award out of nowhere over Joe Rogan. I was wondering, because the reason is Diddy was extorting her for Saucy Santana. Diddy really a Shay. I thought they were lying on Diddy, man. But when he say here, bad boy, come out and play.
He's so really cold for this.
He trying to play them boy donut hole. The paperwork say he allegedly slept with Usher and Meek Mill on separate occasions. I told y'all that video with Meek Mill in the goddamn pool talking about daddy at the goddamn Diddy house. That wasn't no goddamn fabrication. He just got there. That wasn't this look like Nicki Minaj nephew. Rose looking at him, man. He in the bed with this. She done put him doing some sucker shit. Just like Rick Ross said. I told Meek I wouldn't trust Diddy, but instead of beefing with your dogs, you just give them some distance. That's why Rick Ross name ain't up in this. I look at he was telling them the distance and stuff from Diddy. And see, we all thought Orlando Brown was lying. Seemed like he.
He need to stop. Now Orlando Brown got had a mental breakdown. Something ain't right about that. I'm not going to just listen.
Telling the truth. After all, I already know to be around certain circles with that much money and that much power, you gotta be looking on that much mushroom tip. Cause Meek Mill ain't been dropping no goddamn music. He ain't had no hit since that Dreams and Nightmare intro back in 2016, 2017 when he came. I need to pay for time like this and round like this. I might be outdated because that's how long he ain't had no hit. And yet he's still around billionaires. Seem like some R. Kelly shit going on. Let me find out. Meek Mill out here taking golden showers in Diddy, California King. Diddy is the first rapper to ever get hit with a Rainbow Rico.
Not a Rainbow Rico. He
ain't nothing a Rainbow Rico. They all coming out of him. Cause he finna end up on death row in prison with goddamn Suge Knight and R. Kelly and them. He in trouble. But y'all comment below how y'all feel about this situation. Y'all let me know.
Okay, so I just had to give some comic relief as well as an give y'all a creator that is also opinion based or whatever. Like I said, sorry about the now I have to cringe because there's certain profane words that I just do not like, so I do cringe when I watch him sometimes. But his comment, like his commentary, it be kind of similar to some things that I do connect with, and so I just had to put that to the side and let y'all hear his opinion. Now, woo, if you've seen 3 major men that they just showed. Now, if you like R. Kelly, Diddy, Suge, I listen, and there's so many others. I'm telling you, I really strongly feel like, once you get to a certain, and then look, Bill Cosby, like it's just so many different men, and also in it's also non-black people and men that was influential that also got hit up. However, we are discussing the African American culture and community right now, and this is something that is really rough because of the fact that, like I said, once you get to a certain ceiling, it seems like situations always happen. People, and then the more that you start paying people off, the more people start coming out the woodwork. Have you noticed that with a lot of different situations? So, and I don't know what's real or what's not. I've followed the story, but like I said, I'm trying to show you a different side because I'm talking more about the powers that be than I am discussing all of the different type of people that's tied up into this lawsuit and all of that. I'm not going into that type of detail because that's not my type of commentary. I'm discussing to look into or understand that there is always a puppet master in everything. There's always a manager, That's what I should say. Regional, district, whatever. Okay. So it is what it is. All right. So we're almost about to close it out, guys. I totally appreciate y'all. I do have a couple more clips. These are kind of small, but this is where we get to the pop culture and politics part of the game that I do want to discuss. And I also want to discuss how I feel like a lot of it is subtle racism too. Listen, look, I'm just keeping it all 100 in how I feel. And you know what? Honestly, it's not even subtle. And I feel like it's not even subtle because People just say what they want to say now because of the fact that there's already a disconnect in our culture with the way that we treat each other. So now everybody just on board to just say what they want, do what they want. And we'll start with this one with Joe Rogan and Cat Williams, who recently just Cat Williams was recently on the Joe Rogan show. And I do have that in my playlist to watch the entire show because I am a conspiracy theorist in certain things. But I do like where the conversation was headed with some of the stuff like the electric car and how it'll be easy for the police to hack these cars. And that's why everything is so digitized. And, and I totally have said that several times a while ago that, it's easy for them to track. And, we're just giving so much of our data every single day, all day, anything new come out, we just giving it freely. So it won't be easy for them to create what Cat Williams was talking about, him and Joe. But that's a different story. And maybe you will hear that on a different show, episode. Okay. So let's check this out though.
Why do people like menthol so much? What's that about?
You're going to get me canceled.
No.
This is very racist, this
Is
conversation, even though neither of us are. It's terrible on all ends.
I don't think it is.
Well, I don't think it is either because we have a new...
It's like if you start asking me about spaghetti, I'm not going to get offended.
How many people have ever died of pasta-related illnesses?
A lot.
Joe.
Why do black...
Okay, so how dare he put menthol cigarettes and pasta in the same, like, oh my gosh. Okay, first off, for him to even say, why do people like menthol cigarettes so much? Like black people the only ones that smoke menthol cigarettes? I'm so confused. That's like asking, why do black people like, he should have just asked, why do black people like watermelon so much? Or why do black people eat chicken? Like, really? You see the stereotypes, and this really is how people be feeling that is not black. But we give them a pass all the time because if you notice, Cat Williams said that, it's sounded racist even though he knows that Joe is not racist. How you know? You don't know that if this man is racist or not. This the same man that said the N-word not too long ago, and then my girl India.Arie was getting backlash because of the fact that she called it out, and she was getting backlash from black people. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I mean. This is a major stereotype. And if it was any other culture, then that community would have been up in arms and this probably would have been taken down. You understand what I'm saying? But because it's us and we allow, different conversations to go unchecked, then, it is what it is. And people laugh it off. So now that I'm on it, I'm going to show you another one.
I was on social media last night. Very interesting. As you see black support eroding from Joe Biden, this is connecting with black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics. And Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen.
You have got to be kidding me. And we think this is okay. Why is this okay? Why is it okay for him to go on the news, a news show, and say that Trump is selling out his sneakers. Well, he pretty much created the sneakers. It was premeditated to try to win the black vote because he know that would that is how he could win us over, because especially the inner city, because black people like sneakers. Are you serious right now? And this is the same person that also said something about because because Trump did some time or got indicted or something like that, that more black people would start gravitating to him because we know how it feels to get locked up. Really? Man, and we're okay with this. There has not been major outrage. Yes, there's outrage with a lot of the activists, the different people that actually know what's up. But I'm talking about the actual local neighborhood folk that every day this affects, that go out and stand in the lines and vote, that are trying to keep their grocery stores open, that every day they're taking their children to school, just everyday folk. This is who I'm talking to. Like, why are we not grouping together to understand that this is not why we need to vote for people, and people should not even think that this is okay in our community to say? Like, to say that we don't have a voice, we don't know policy, we don't know, the different things in our community that we should be speaking on or speaking against. So it's all about if somebody went to jail, if they cool, if they like taking it back to the whole it factor in the charisma situation. Ignorance ain't bliss. And then we arguing and wondering why we are at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to all of the different things that we need. And we're fussing about migrants and different things like that, taking our jobs or taking this or taking that. But what are we doing to ourselves? How are we, how are we like protecting ourselves and making sure that we protect each other and be that village that our ancestors and elders once were? They used to lock arms and protest and walk down bridges. You understand? And I'm not just talking about activists, people that we know that is in activist roles or that's in activist communities. I'm talking about everyday folks that actually was in a house and would see the line and would go ahead and walk with the line. We need this. Okay. That burned me up though. I just had to, listen, I'm gonna keep it 100. I am not a fan of any one of them. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it nicely. I'm not a fan of either one of them. And I am not in either party. Okay. And I'm an independent person for a reason. But at the end of the day, we have to wake up. And we study talking about gangs and red Bloods and Crips. What? The Democrats and the Republicans are the biggest gang, the biggest red and blue. All right, don't get me started. But I just had to like that whole menthol cigarette conversation. And I'm glad that Cat Williams did shut him down and let him know that that was racist. And for people that feel like it's not, something's wrong with you, because him trying to say something about pasta, that has nothing to do with how many people have died from menthol, and we knowing that it was one of the reasons, one of the situations that was a genocide thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying not to say these triggering words, but I just can't help it. So Joe Rogan ain't stupid. He knows about that. He knows about population control. He has all these different type of people on his podcast that discuss all these different type of conspiracies or political things that actually has happened, will happen, or they think will happen. So he is not stupid, but he tried to play cat like Cat was. All right. Okay, child. I hope y'all tracking with me, honey, because yeah, your sister a little hot right now. And like I said, listen, if it don't apply, let it fly. If this is not the podcast for you, I don't want to hear nothing about how you offended or whatever, because you don't have to listen to it. Okay. This is for the people that want to hear my feelings and how I feel, as well as look at some clips that will show them, hey, she might be onto something. You know what? Let me go and do my own research. We need to start planting seeds. It should be a situation where we're planting seeds. Okay? Always plant seeds. Always speak life. All right. So these last 3 clips are kind of random, but not random. Okay. This one right here, this ain't even subtle, honey. But
Thomas,
we gonna talk about Clarence Thomas.
Has hired a clerk who hates black people. Okay. Kid you not, put it up full mass. We actually talked about the comments this person has made before now. This individual is at the top of the judicial food chain in the United States of America. Crystal Clanton, the white woman who went viral for sending a racist text message, or messages to be precise, including one that said, quote, "I hate black people," end quote, has been hired as a law clerk by the United States Supreme Court via Clarence Thomas. The announcement was made last week by George Mason University's Antonin Scalia Law School, which is the alma mater. Wow. Clanton previously worked as a law clerk by 2 federal judges, U.S. District Judge Corey Mays, that's Birmingham, Alabama, and Chief U.S. District Judge William Pryor. This is an Atlanta-based 11th Circuit, U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. This story is fascinating. A misconduct investigation was executed by Democratic lawmakers to evaluate Clanton's past racist behavior following her stint as national field director for the right-wing group Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk and the gang, okay? In 2017, a damning story about the group in the New Yorker revealed that Clanton had sent a text message to an associate exclaiming, quote, "I hate black people." She did it in all caps, by the way, for emphasis. I hate blacks. End of story. That same year, Clanton's excuse for the alleged behavior is that she did not remember sending the messages. In addition, she told the New Yorker they, quote, "do not reflect what I believe or who I am," end quote. Clanton then resigned from Turning Point, but was then hired by who? Jenny Damn Thomas.
If that ain't Uncle Ruckus, and if you don't know who Uncle Ruckus is, I want you to do your research on that. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about right here, boy. Okay, let me just let this ride. Hold on.
I thought they didn't talk about court cases and things like that. Justice Thomas had previously stated that Clanton lived with the pair for almost a year. Listen, no issue here. None at all. Put up that face, that picture again of everybody's face here. Ironically, I think they all hate black people, including Clarence.
Yes.
All right, Jordan, hell of a thing. unbelievable, unimaginable. She says something so offensive that she has to step down from an organization that embraces racism, Turning Point USA. That's how racist it is. To only be picked up by the U.S. Supreme Court.
Now, this is what I'm saying about people holding major power in the communities that don't even like us. So why would they give us anything? Why would they pass laws to assist us? Why would there be any type of assistance, support, help when they feel this way? She just happened to be blatant about how she felt. This wasn't even subtle. You understand what I'm saying? She was blatant about how she felt. Now she holds a higher position than what she did at first, and she was connected to organizations that supported racism. And that was the reason why she was able to blatantly speak the way that she was speaking. And then this man who sits on the highest courts, decided, I'm going to give her an opportunity. We don't know why. We don't know why. I mean, like, I just don't understand. There are so many people, I'm pretty sure, that probably was way above her in, being able to be highly educated for the job and position, that had better morals. And I'm pretty sure he knew about this stint because it's easy to find. And he hired her, or he endorses her, or whatever it may be. And he is Black. That is what I'm saying about it colorism, the biasness, the prejudice in our own culture. We do have those gatekeepers for the powers that be in our culture. They are gatekeepers to keep out the people that need to be successful, that can help our culture become a better community of people, or whatever it may be, or give us the resources we need. They are designed to keep us from that, for the powers that be. This is a serious thing, and it's real. And for people not to understand this goes back way to the white sheet days. Okay? That's why I can't stand when people use the N-word, especially people that is from different cultures, because they hear the music. You don't even understand where that come from. You don't even understand the story behind it. You just hear somebody singing it or rapping it. And some of the young Black people that's singing and rapping don't even understand the history. Like, if you want to get more involved or more in detail in that aspect, please look at last week's video. Okay, because this is part 2, which is the pop culture and politics part. But I discussed this situation a little more. Yeah, it got taken down a couple times on Facebook. That's why I just said I'm not even putting this one on Facebook tonight. I'll upload it. This one is a little softer. There's no, this situation is a little different. But it was Black History Month, which is my day, every day, all day. I'm blackity black every day. But however, I did that one for Black History Month, and yeah, they kind of shut me down. But I need y'all to check that one out, okay? Or at least understand what I'm saying and know that some of the people that is in the highest positions, as I said in my first podcast, the first part, some of the people that is in the highest position in office in America, their elders or ancestors or whatever you want to call them wore white sheets, started the whole power dynamic to control and to structure a their own little society of law, order, the judicial system, all that, politics, all of that. It wasn't any way that we could win. We never had equal footing. And I hate when people say that we are equal, we can surpass. We never had equal footing. It is not meant for us to even have equal footing in this country. Okay. There's a ceiling, as I said. All right. So I just had, to show y'all that clip because that's crazy, right? I know it is. All right. Let's see. Now this is another situation that hurt my heart. This happened in Detroit, and I'm an advocate for nonprofit organizations, and hearing this situation hurt my heart. So I just wanted to share this video clip with you guys.
A Detroit woman who works at a nonprofit that helps people stay in their homes is facing a string of federal charges.
Prosecutors say instead of keeping people in their homes, Zena Thomas worked to steal them right out from under the owners. Megan Woods shows us how this alleged scheme worked with the help of one of the victims in the case.
We're here on 2nd Avenue where the United Community Housing Coalition office is. Now, this nonprofit helps Detroiters with low income get housing assistance. It's also where Zena Thomas was the director of home ownership programs.
It's saddened to see these individuals in a position of trust taking advantage of the very ones that they're hired to help.
Wayne County Register of Deeds Bernie Youngblood says they first noticed something was off when they received several complaints into their mortgage and deed fraud unit.
Number of people that we started investigating were coming out of the same location. We started recognizing the different notaries who happened to be working for the same facility.
By November of last year, the unit was meeting with Detroit Police, FBI, and the Department of Justice. Investigators discovered that Thomas and others would allegedly file multiple fraud quitclaim deeds, transferring the owners of these target properties from victims to non-existent interim owners, then sell them to someone else. The wire transfers would go to her realty company, then allegedly she would transfer it to her personal account. Bernie Youngblood says on Wayne County Register of Deeds website, there's a way to stay on top of what's happening with your property.
Anytime a transaction comes through our office in your name, your property address, you'll be able to get a notification from us that a transaction is being processed. Because you were at the closing, you do nothing. If it is a problem, they say, wait, that's not my signature. Then you call our fraud team.
Even though Zena Thomas is charged, this is still an open investigation. So if you had any interaction.
Okay. That's crazy. But you know what? I have to take a brief break and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
This is Insane, an urban opinionated news podcast that will cover various topics, including politics, business, relationships, love, spirituality, current Black news, and pop culture events that may not receive sufficient exposure in mainstream media. We hope you like the new look. Although this is real news, I will put my own vibe to it, so I encourage everyone to do more research. Now let's get to it. This is Insane, an urban opinionated news podcast that will cover various topics, including politics, business, relationships, love, spirituality, current Black news, and pop culture events that may not receive sufficient exposure in mainstream media. We hope you like the new look. Although this is real news, I will put my own vibe to it, so I encourage everyone to do more research. Now let's get to it. This is Insane, an urban opinionated news podcast that will cover various topics, including politics, business, relationships, love, spirituality, current Black news, and pop culture events that may not receive sufficient exposure in mainstream media. We hope you like the new look. Although this is real news, I will put my own vibe to it, so I encourage everyone to do more research. Now let's get to it. This is Insane, an urban opinionated news podcast that will cover various topics, including politics, business, relationships, love, spirituality, current Black news, and pop culture events that may not receive sufficient exposure in mainstream media. We hope you like the new look. Although this is real news, I will put my own vibe to it, so I encourage everyone to do more research. Now let's get to it. This is Insane, an urban opinionated news podcast that will cover various topics, including politics, business, relationships, love.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Had a slight technical issue. We are back. So pretty much this video was done. I just wanted to shine light on this situation. And I am from Michigan. When it comes to these nonprofit organizations, because I really work closely with them, it sucks. And especially for people who, put their trust in different things like that, because of the fact that they already don't trust corporations or corporate organizations that they feel they can also get assistance from. And then here we have small nonprofit businesses that's just just taking our hard-earned money in our community. So I wanted to shine some light on that, and in hopes that you guys go take a look at some of the news clippings from that situation if you want more further details. Okay. And the last one is pretty funny, but it's still serious though. Like this situation right here. This last clip that I'm going to show you guys, I just can't even understand this this love story that went sour, I should say. Okay. Now, there's a couple of comedians that you'll see probably, like if this your first time watching me, that I kind of follow because like Nino Brown, he's a comedian, the one that talked about the Diddy situation, as well as Shuler King. I follow him because he also talks about serious things, but he makes it funny. And so I usually pull from their clips and, show them some love, because I feel like, they are shining light on things, but they also are making it at least a little funny for us or whatever, making light of it, even though it's not light. But this right here, now this is about love. This has nothing to do with black, white, nothing. This is a couple that have been together for a long time in a situation that went sour. So I want y'all to check this out.
Hey man, this can't be real. I don't know how real. So is it 99-year-old man divorces a 97-year-old or 96-year-old wife because he found out she cheated 60 years ago, back in the day. He's standing on business. I don't know what else to tell y'all. He's standing on business. He ain't playing with y'all. He ain't trying to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? You either with me or you against me. You step out, then that's it. I don't care. I don't give a damn when it was. 60 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever it was. You understand? You ain't doing what you said you were doing.
Okay, let me stop right here. Okay. Now, this is what I want to say about this situation. 99-year-old man divorces his 96-year-old wife after 77 years of marriage, after he found out she cheated on him. And so Schuler says he's standing on business. Okay. Now, they both pretty much are at the last end of their lives and have loved each other all this time. And this man standing on business. Okay. Now, they've been together for 77 years. This happened 60 years ago. Okay. Now, before I continue, I want to say this. Ladies, I really need y'all to hear this because this is how men really think. Like, they gives no cushion when it comes to women cheating at all. Like, it's like they can be in love with you and something in their brain will shut down and be like, nope, it ain't her. It's over with. However, women always giving second, third chances. Baby, please. Baby, please. Baby, please. But you see, Schuler just told you he's standing on business. Business. All right. We as women give way too many cushions. Well, I ain't gonna say we. Well, I'm only generalizing and putting myself in that box as a woman. However, I'm kind of like a brother because it's a wrap. Now, have I, not stood on business and have given an opportunity or two to come back in my life? I can say yes, but it has not been because of cheating. It's just that, there have been situations, arguments, or different things like that that may have happened. And I've decided for, him to be able to come back into my life. But, I can really say that I don't have any recollection of me being cheated on, which I'm not saying that I've been cheated on. I probably or haven't. But they were good. I didn't have to hear about it to see it. So I ain't mad about that. But this right here is wrong. I don't know how y'all feel, but leave it in the comments. I don't agree with this. I feel like they at they last days and they both love each other. They still love each other. And no, come on now. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to ego. Most men are driven by ego. Most women are driven by emotion. You have to get that out the way. There has got to be logic in from both aspects, as well as some emotion, but emotion should not play the front. That's where I messed up at, in being a woman who allowed emotions to play the front. But I learned my lesson from that. Okay. Now this man is allowing his emotion and ego play the front. Cause he like, I might got until tomorrow, but I'm standing on business. Okay. I don't agree with that. All right. Let's let's see what he got to say.
You understand? You was supposed to be at Bible study, come to find out you down there with Earl in there. He ain't playing. Out. 99 years old. He finna die tomorrow. But you still got
Why you gotta wish that on that man?
This man getting ready to go. The Grim Reaper just walking around following him.
He
just
wrong.
like, bro, any day now. Any day now. He like, I don't care. You still got to go. How you getting divorced at 99? Where you going?
Right.
Where you going? Y'all gonna mess around and die together? all this grief you bringing on the family. Yeah, just you might as well stay together at this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all both 100. Look at that fool. Man, I would have made it if it wasn't for you. I don't like people.
And then he having road rage right in the middle of the conversation. All right. Y'all, this has been real. I hope that you have enjoyed This Is Insane podcast. I really, this is the news aspect of it. I do have This Is Insane Presents, which is different series that I may do. The next one is Protect Black Women, which is season 2, episode 1 will be out March the 6th at 7 p.m. Okay. You will find that, well, I'll check out the, see how IG, see if, this actually works. And if it does, then I will be uploading on IG, YouTube, and Facebook. Okay. And so you can catch the podcast on all 3 of those platforms. If you want something lighter, then please check out my This Is Insane podcast. My Let's Whine About It podcast, which is more relationship oriented. I do have couples convo. And then I'm going to start Fresh and Friends, which will be in April, where I'll be having interviews. I'll be interviewing different people, community activists, actors, actresses, just different people, influential people that are just model citizens that do things for the community. And we'll be having fun. We'll be just having different things we'll discuss, but we'll also be having fun on the platform. Okay. So please continue to follow your girl, holla at your girl. Let me know how you feel about it. Leave it in the comments or inbox me, DM. It will get better. I am learning, but I am excited about this journey of podcasting. I love it. And I'm able to share the way that I have been feeling about a lot of things for a long time. And connecting with those that feel the same is so amazing. All right. Okay. Well, you know what? Because of the fact that I don't know, well, I can use this one. So I'm gonna use my homie's beat. Because I was about to be like, let me play something, but then I decided not to. So I want to actually shout out my boy Jose, who created this beat for me. And I appreciate you. As soon as I make it big, I got you. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Love y'all and mean it. Y'all have a great night. Bye.
Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community? Why? Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that.